Okay, so pack a lunch, right? There was a few fights that did go the distance, and yeah, I mean, we start off right with the ladies, right? It's a women's bantamweight clash between, um, no, sorry, the strawweight clash between Rihanna dos Santos and Alice Ardelane. Now yeah, this was a well received fight. And I'll say both girls, you know what I mean, went at it. You know what I mean? There was no holding back here. I did feel it summed up a lot of the fights. There's action, but it was a little sloppy, right? Like this fight kind of reminded me of early UFC days. As I said, they were both throwing, but this kind of it's not conducive to a long career. And I think Dos Santos, she she you can definitely see she used to be an atom weight, right? She was the smaller of the two, and she's got skills, but I think you need more game plans, right? You need to be able to go, this isn't working. What else can I try? Right? Because Arlene was just bigger. Now, in the third round, Dos Santos, it did look like she hurt Arlene. And I think you could tell because Arlene, the little savage, man, she's smiling all the time. But when Dos Santos like landed some really good shots, she weren't smiling. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Dos Santos needs to be able to pivot so she can do something else when everything isn't working out for her. Like Alice clearly won it. But yeah, it was one of those. And the next fight, the lightweight clash between is it G Oki and Michael Aswell. Another kind of fight where both are going for it. Uh, sorry, people. And Aswell, he took it at short notice and he moved up a weight class. So you could see the difference in the power, right? You could see the difference in the size. Um, I thought Oki could have possibly done more to finish the fight, right? Put together longer combinations, really put it on as well. Because he was bigger, he had more power, you know? And there was moments where it seemed like he was taking time off, but he did clearly win, right? It was definitely an okay win. You just think fighting someone coming in on short notice who is smaller, you could do more. You know what I mean? You kind of feel you could do more. Right, we then had the clash between Alan Nascimento and Jalal Filio. That was a flyweight clash, and man, again, it was one of them fights, right? Because Filio, he was getting takedowns, but then he was doing something stupid and allowing Nascimento to reverse him or get on top. So it just wasn't. Yeah, I think Filio started off well, but then Nascimento was able to just cement his game, right? So even when he got taken down, he was able to use his skills to get on top, right? Use his skills and Philo's mistakes, right? But he was ready for those. And yeah, He gets on top. He didn't necessarily do a lot while on top, but that's all, all he needed to do really to get that win. So yeah, Alan Nascimento got the win there. We man, like there was the Macy Chazon Caitlin Vieira bantamweight fight, women's bantamweight fight, and Chazon just did not look right. It looked like something was up with her. I don't know what it was, but she was kind of lackadaisical in there. It didn't seem. Now I will say, there have definitely been those fights where she's lost, and it's because she hasn't thrown enough or done enough. This kind of felt like one of those ones. As Vieira was getting on top and controlling. There was a bit when in the corner, Saif Saud was just like, do not stay on the ground. Do not, try to take, because I think Chazon was trying to take her down and getting reversed, right? And he told her not to do it, and then literally straight away the next round, she does that thing, and it was baffling. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It was so weird, but she's had fights against some top people, so it's not like you say this was any bigger of a fight than some of the others she's had. And also she's fought good competition, right? So you just think it can't be the occasion, but I don't know what was going on with Macy there. But definitely a good win for Caitlin Vieira. Now, the men's middleweights, right? Zachary Reese against Dusko Torovic. This was a little bit like the strawweight clash, right? Just because both fighters, right? They're both at the beginning, both throwing, they're both looking to do a thing, but it was messy as fuck. This was a messy fight, right? They're both tired, and you just think, oh, man, your gas tanks need to be looked at. And the openings that were being left was crazy, right? Against higher competition, either, on this are getting murked, right? Because they were just leaving their chin to get hit, right? Leaving themselves open to a takedown, to anything. That's what this was. Now, Reese, he gets taken down in the first round, but he does his thing to course correct. And he starts landing some good shots on Torovic. But I think there are many times when you think he could have thrown more, right? And in that third round, Torovic did not really throw a lot at all. Which definitely, you think coming into the third, is probably 1-1. But Dolcevic, he did not give that vibe that he needed and wanted to win this fight. It was just all over the place, really. You kind of felt. And Reese, man, did his thing, kept the course, gets the decision victory. But you just kind of think this is a fight you could finish. Why didn't you finish this fight? If you're looking to progress, these are the fights that you finish, right? When you have definitely got the higher skill capacity, these are the fights that you should finish. He didn't finish, but he does get the win. So that is it for Zachary Reese. Ends the night on a good spot for him. And that is it for Pack a Lunch, people.